Hi, it's Jackie Ulmer again with StreetSmartWealth.com. This is part 2 of the notification principle, which is contacting your warm market and letting them know about your network marketing business. In part 1, I discussed ways to contact them, a little mini script to say when you contact them, and we talked a little bit about using the third-party approach, which is not asking them directly if they're interested, but just dropping the information off to them, making them aware of what you're doing so that should they encounter anyone for whom your product or your opportunity might be right, they're aware of what you're doing and can pass your website, your contact information along. Today what I want to cover is how to meet with those people if they decide that they're interested themselves, or if they decide that they'd like to know more about it in case they do run across anybody who might be interested. And you'll know because typically they'll contact you, or you'll run across them after you'll have a conversation with them after you've made that very first initial contact with them to let them know your website, etc. And they'll say, hey, I'd like to know a little bit more about that. Now again, what your goal is to make it very, very simple and easy to understand. So you really want to move your presentation. You want to develop a 5-minute demonstration, education, whatever you want to call it, a 5-minute presentation for what you do, because anything longer than that really doesn't matter. The facts and figures on the company, all the great patents and testimonials about your product line, all of those type things really don't matter that much to your prospect when you're sitting down with them. All of that is information that they can find on the internet, on your website. You can certainly steer them to that information once you've given them the basics. What you really want to do is bring it down to the most simple presentation that you can. So what I do personally is I take my flagship product, our #1 selling product, I take a business presentation outline or a brochure. I like to use a brochure actually, again to keep it very simple. And then we have in my business what we call the 5 Get 5 or the vision sheet, which is really to kind of demo for them the compensation plan and what can be possible with our opportunity. Now you have to be careful, you can't make income claims, so you need to check with your particular company, check with me if you're in my company, whatever, so that we can kind of go through some guidelines of what's acceptable. But you want to meet with them, maybe share some quick facts and figures about what's going on in the industry today. Certainly things haven't changed, such as downsizing, corporate layoffs, etc. Gas prices are astronomical. The mortgage industry is a mess right now. A lot of things that are going on that are negative within the economy. And it's a perfect time for network marketing. We have financial experts such as Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, and now Warren Buffett actually owns a direct sales network marketing company himself. So we have a lot of credibility behind our industry. You might want to share just 30 seconds to a minute of facts like that with your prospect. Talk to them briefly about your company, the name of the company, maybe how long you've been in business, and certainly share a little bit about your product line, and then quickly share what your story is and why you got involved. You want to spend about a minute on that, what your hot button is, why you got involved, what you're looking for. If you've been involved for a little bit and you've had success, you may share some of that. Share a success story from someone upline of you, someone in the company. Share a success story of someone in your company who's achieved the level that you're working toward if you haven't arrived there yet. And then you want to get out that brochure, the compensation plan, whatever it is that you've brought, and you want to quickly detail for them how the money is actually made in network marketing and what they can figure on a 2 to 5 year commitment, working 10 to 15, putting in 10 to 15 hours a week into their business, what they can actually accomplish if they do those things. You want to leave them maybe with your product to test. You want to leave them with the brochure and the information that you've written out with them, and then you want to again give them your website, ask them if they have any questions, and take it from there. You'll know from what happens there in the conversation what your next step is going to be. So you leave it with them. If they're ready to get started, sign them up certainly. If they need a little bit more information, refer them to the website. Set up whatever you need to do, maybe a 3-way call with your upline, set them up on a conference call, whatever you need to do there, and set a time to follow up with them and ask for a decision. We like to use the 24 to 48 hour rule in that. At least call them back in that time frame, ask for the decision, set a time to pick up the information that you've left with them. If they're not interested, if they do sign up, you might want to leave that with them so that they have something to use. But that's really the basics of covering a 5-minute presentation with your warm market once you've notified them and once they've indicated that they're interested in knowing more about your opportunity. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. It's Jackie Ulmer. My website again, www.streetsmartwealth.com. Thanks.